Alright guys, so today we're doing a Maserati wall cover gaskets. Obviously to begin with we gotta remove all these plastics all the way around. It's like 30 bolts. The star, we're gonna be doing that. We're gonna have to take the cowl for the wipers. We're taking that off too because we have a cross member that goes across. Right on top of the valve covers. But yeah, so let's get to it. Let me take all these plastics. Basically, you got there, across here. You got one here. There should be one on that corner there, and all these around the edges. Let me get that out of the way, and then we can continue the next step. All right, be right back. Alright guys, so to remove the cowl, you already removed the top piece, so you're going to start off by taking the wipers. It's going to have 217 nuts. Then you take the little cover that covers the nut on the wiper itself. You're going to take that off. 17, and it has over here two, see right over here, it has two star screws. From there you have I think it's a Phillips. You got Phillips here, got one here, and on the edge you have quite a few, and on the same on the other side. Got one here, one here. You also have one here. This is a T25, I think it is, the same as the one that you take from here. Okay, so that's that. Now I'm gonna take the rest off. So I got hiccups. We got screws there. We got a few screws. So let me. Alright guys, so this is the wiper motor. So you can see, I'm gonna try to set it up here. Okay, so you have an idea. We got a 10, we got a 10, and we have a 10. And we have the plug. The plug comes right through here, and it connects to this harness right here. You fit that up. You got the bolt here, the one here, and then in there you have the other one. Okay. So once you loosen all that up, you just tilt it, and it will slide out. Okay, you gotta fit the cable obviously, so you can get it out. Anyway, one step closer. Now we gotta get whatever is securing this, so we can get it out. All right, be right back. All right, guys. So we're gonna get the cowl out. So you take this breather, this filter off, and it's gonna be the same one. I think T25. I think it is. Yep, T25 torques. Okay, so you're gonna take that off, 04. Then you got the ones here, the 8mm bolt and nut, two on the other side as well. And then we gotta take the harness right there and clip it from there. And this is pretty much ready to come out. So let me unclick it from here. On this side you got the one there, the one here, and I believe one right there. So we're gonna unclick it, this harness right here. You can see that clip, and then this should be ready to come out. So we can expose this bar, which is the main one that holds everything tight. Alright, be right back. Alright guys, so now we took it all off. Now we're gonna be loosening out this box. I think it has a bolt here at 10. Should have another one on this side. Then we're gonna take this bracket off. Should have probably some bolts just like this one. So I'm gonna take that off, so we can keep on exposing this link that way we have a little better room for this side, which I think this side is going to be the most complicated one since we have the oil dipstick. And we got heater lines and whatnot. On the other side we got AC lines. I think there's less stuff on this side. Hopefully it won't be that much complicated. But anyhow, yeah, let me keep on disassembling on this side, and we're gonna keep on tearing down. Alright, be right back. Alright guys, so we got it out. It's like 3 bolts here for the plate, 10. This one's are 13 for the bar. Back there is 13 as well. See, now I'm gonna start unclipping things. Pretty much everything is numbered. I'm gonna see how much I have to clip. If I have to clip the injectors or the whole harness, move it out of the way. And we gotta remove this guy here. Got that. Got this one. Cam sensor in the back. Got all these hoses. I'm gonna try not to mess around with any water supply hose, just because I don't want to be making a mess. But everything else I'm gonna have to loosen up. Just so I have enough room. We still got the dipstick here in the way. Let me see what we can do on that. But yeah, let's see what we have to take out. Oh, we're back. Alright guys, so we unplugged all the plugs right here. Still gotta mess around with that bracket. We removed this hose here that connects to here with a clip. We removed the fuel supply. This is the line that goes across. That supplies over to the other fuel rail, and it goes through here with this clip. And it has a clip right over here too, so disconnect all that, and that's 17. That's 17 right there. So now we gotta take this hose. All the plugs are loose. Yep, I just gotta loosen this front clip right here, the EGR I believe it is, and then we can start removing the valve cover. Alright, be right back. Alright guys, so right now we have pretty much all the bolts out. I'm using a TP30 Torx to be able to get them out, because I do not have an Allen key that fits there, and it's working just fine. It's not stripping or spinning or anything. It fits just like an Allen key. So you got the ones here, the one there, all the way around the valve cover. There's one behind the sensor there, one beneath there, there, 2 here, 1 there. Okay, you can get all of those out with you have to use a swivel, thin swivel. The one on this corner here, I did have to use a small ratchet because the swivel was not giving me the angle to be able to get it. Other than that, the coils are off. I'm gonna see if I don't have to take that sensor off to be able to take the cover. But if I do, I'm gonna have to take the sensor off. That will be the cam sensor, the one that I'm talking about. So yeah, pretty much. There she is. She's loose. Now I gotta figure out the dipstick, if I can work around that. And yeah, just a matter of taking that valve cover off. Alright, be right back. Alright guys, so the oil leak, the failure, the common sense, the non-common sense of such a maker. They put half moons on the back of the valve cover. Why? I do not know. So you can see right there, those are half moons on those 2 sides. That's where the oil starts leaking from. Why they did that, I don't know. It beats me, to tell the truth. But when you look at the valve cover, That's the half moon right there. Okay, you can see they're wet. Wet means leak. So this one was about to start leaking also. Those are the seals for the spark plugs. So yeah, why they put half moons on such an expensive car and they didn't put silicone on it the way they're supposed to? I don't know. The engineer screwed up on this one, and I'm pretty sure everybody has the same issue, because this car only has about 20,000 miles, somewhere in there. Shouldn't have a leak, you know, this early, but it does, and that's why customer called me to fix it. So yeah, half moons there. It's crazy. So anyhow, let me clean this fog cover up. It's a little bit on the ugly side. Once we put it back on, it should be pretty bright and red. So yeah, let me clean it up so I could get the new gasket on, put some silicone where I need to be putting silicone on, and keep on going. Alright, be right back. Alright guys, so we have the back cover back on, we got the bolts back on, the coil. Now it's time to start putting some of the plugs back on. So basically everything is just backwards. You're gonna put the coils, the plugs on the injectors, on the coils. Then we're gonna throw the fuel line across, tie it down on both sides. Then this breather to the intake manifold. This other breather right here, the plug to the cam sensor. So we're gonna start putting everything back together on this side so we can start jumping on the other side. Alright, don't forget on the half moon, put silicone on it, put silicone right here, and the same on the same place, but on this side of the cover, with the plate, the front cover meets with the cam, well not with the cam, I'm sorry, with the block or the head. You gotta put a little bit of silicone in there too, and put new seals for the bottom. Alright, so yeah, let me plug everything back in, make sure that you clip the yellow clips, and yeah, and then we can start moving to the other side. But you know, put everything back on and put the bar. Don't forget the bar. Don't tighten it down or anything, just present it, that way you know that you have to tackle it afterwards. Alright, let me put this back together. Alright guys, so this side is basically have put back together. Everything's clipped back on, the fuel lines are back on, the bar is on, the computer or the fuses, I don't know what's in there, but everything is back on, the bracket is back on. Everything's good to go on this side. So now I'm going to start jumping on this side. So we can get this side done. It's basically almost going to be the same thing. This side's a little more open. I want to pray that, you know, this AC line is not going to be in the way I'm removing it. So let's pray for the best. And yeah, it's almost the same procedure, just a little less stuff to play with, but we still got some vacuum lines in the way. We still got some other stuff that might not come out but are movable, or at least, you know, somewhat flexible. So yeah, let me start by taking this bar off. The PVC valve with the breather and the thing, the wiring, and from there see what I can do with this line, see if I can loosen it up a little bit. Alright, be right back. Alright guys, so we had to take this filter. Okay, this goes right there, obviously facing down like that. The first stop is almost the same thing as the other side. We got all the bolts, they go all the way around. Don't forget that one back there, the ones in the corner, the two here up front, that one and this one right here, the two here. From there, the same thing. The harness, take the ones that hold the harness in place, the 10 and the 2 bolts right here. And then you got all the clips. You know, you push the yellow back, press the black, and pull it. Take all those off. I still gotta figure this side out if I'm gonna take it out of the booster or what exactly I'm gonna do, but I'm thinking of taking it out of the booster, so we'll see. Once I start pulling this up, see how much movement I'll get from the AC9 right here. Hopefully it's not gonna be that much of a trouble, but let me see what I can do. Alright, so don't forget to unplug the back sensor. Okay. Alright, let me give it a shot. I know she's already loose, so careful with this sensor here. Don't break it. Alright, let me see what I can do. Alright guys, so the other side is finally done. The one that I want to say is going to give the most problem is going to be this bowl back here. It's just a pain in the neck. I had to take it out with my fingers, and then while putting it back together it wouldn't go in, so I have to see, this one is too long, so it wouldn't fit, so I have to get one, cut it to make it shorter, so I can put it in there and then use it. So that's the trick for that. Like always, the little silicone right here, the one on this side, and on the half moons. Other than that, make sure that the gasket seals properly. You put the lines back in place, everything back in place. So now I'm going to put the bar that goes from here to back there, tie that on both sides, and then we got to start putting everything back together. The base for the windshield wipers and whatnot. So yeah, so let me put this, the bar, tie that, and then start putting the rest of the stuff back together. Alright, be right back. Alright guys, so we got the boot on the corner, everything is secure in place. The 3 bolts here, the ones on the bottom. We got this mesh cleaned up, the bolts on the bottom. We're going to be putting the boot that goes here. Okay, don't forget that boot because that's a sealer, so we're going to put that properly. Alright, so then we just got to put the top part. Remember about the screws in here. We're going to put the top part, and don't forget to properly line up the seals there. Yeah, getting closer. Alright, be right back. Alright guys, so she's all back together. Putting the cowl back together was a nightmare, but yeah, everything is back on, no missing or extra bolts. But yeah, she's all back ready to go. So yeah, hi guys, like always, share, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.